Hi, welcome to Character Animation. Today we'll be looking at creating an animation like this and controlling it by your keyboard. Let's start by creating a new scene. I'm giving it a name. Let's save it. And let's go to Asset Store and search for animated spider under the free assets. Let's go with this one. You can click on Open in Unity and it will open up in the Unity editor. Once you click import, it will be imported into the projects folder. You can see it down below there. And inside the models folder, you have the spider model, which have a couple of animations associated with it. So this is the walk animation. Let's drag the spider onto the scene. It's quite big. Let's downscale it. Okay, as you can see, this spider came with an animator component on your right side in the inspector right here, and there's no animation and there's no controller to animate it. So let's create a controller for the animation. So spider animation, and double click on it. So this is how an animator would look like in Unity. So you have a base layer and a couple of states in each layer. Let's create a new state and give it say a name of walk and assign the walking animation to the state. What this will do is on the entry, it will go directly to the walk state where the walking animation will be turned on. Let's test it out. The spider is not moving, and that's because we haven't connected the controller to the animator. Now that we've done that, let's click play, and here we have the spider moving or walking. The next thing would be to open up the animator. Let's create multiple states: an idle state, a walk state, and a jump state, and assign the corresponding animation to each state. Once we've created these states, we can connect them together so that once on entry, it will go to idle, and then it will walk, and then it will jump. So let's test it out. So the spider is in idle now. It's walking and jump. Okay, so we've gone through multiple states in the animator. The next thing would be to control these states using scripting. Let's reposition the spider so it's more visible to the camera. Let's remove the connections between the states. So click on the connection node and press delete. So on entry, it will go to idle state, and the walk and the jump is never called. Let's create a script to call the walk and the jump based on Keypress. Double click the script. It will open up in the IDE. In my case, it's the Visual Studio. This is a blank script. Here we have an update function which would be called every frame. Let's start by creating an input source. So type input, get key down, and let's look for the key W. So W for walking. And when we find W, let's go with let's print walking. And I forgot to put if. So if the key W is pressed, it will print walking in the console. Let's duplicate this for spacebar for jump. So same code, key down, and we will be using space. So that's for the spacebar in our keyboard. Next thing we need to do is to get the animator. So this dot get component animator will fetch the animator component above the script. What we need to do is to get to the animator component, go inside the base layer of the controller, and once you've got inside the base layer of the controller, you can tell it to go and do the walking. So that's the idea. So we can say get component animator dot play, and where this play comes is from the Unity reference. So you can have the documentation here, animator dot play, and these are the parameters that the function would take. You can specify the state and the layer, and you have a couple more parameters that you can pass. So we type base layer dot walk in double quotes. That's base layer, that's walk. That's what we're going to do. And we give the 0 and 0.25. They are the time that that 0 is the layer, and that 0.25 is the time to which the animation needs to be active. You can read more about it in the Unity documentation. Okay, so now that this is done, we'll copy the same script below and change the walk to jump. Okay, so this is the jump. We go in the base layer and do the jump. Let's click play to test the system. And now it's in the idle state. And when I press W, it will walk. And when I press spacebar, it will jump. Here we have used a combination of model, animation, and scripting to create an interactive scene in Unity. Thanks for watching.